that we're going to be breaking down in this market analysis is Biz Buy Sell. And so what I do with each one of these is I break down like when was the company founded, because that really explains a lot about the problem that they're solving, why they do things the way they're doing it. So right with this company, they founded in 1996. That was a long time ago. Social media didn't exist. So the elements that I'm adding to Biz Buy Sell's model, I'm just adding innovations from an existence that's 30 years in the future. And so I see the way they're making their money, and now I have a way that I can help people on the platform make money with a technology solution. So Biz Buy Sell is a marketplace. It created a central location to buy and sell businesses. That's the solution that they created, right? And so before this site, it was primarily controlled by real estate brokers through relationships. And so with this site, it gave people the ability to post a listing with reliable traffic. And, the price to put up a listing is anywhere from like $800 or more. And so the site is owned by this real estate group that does $2 billion annually. And the site individually makes $300 million annually. And so it has over 900,000 buyers and 3 million monthly visits. So obviously, if you're a seller and you want to put your name out there, Biz Buy Sell is a great place to go. What I'm going to do is show you why, yes, it is a great place, but there's small things that they can do to innovate. And unfortunately, they're not going to take my phone call. So I had to create my own software to solve the problem myself. And by creating this video, I'm going to solve other people's problems and make them money. So here's how I can solve people's problems. So on the buyer side, the flaw with this model is so I'm looking up gas stations. If I had 20 million and I am a serial gas station buyer, I have to give my information to all of these different brokers that are owned. Each listing is owned by a different person. So I have to put in my name, my phone number, my email, and I don't get the financial data. I get a paragraph explaining what it is, but I don't get everything that I want. And so in order for me to get everything that I want, I have to put in my information. Okay. And so if I had $20 million, I wouldn't want to do that. And so the problem that these people, the buyers, are experiencing is because they don't want to do that, they end up putting in their information to a bunch of different listings, and they're getting bombarded with phone calls because each one of these brokers paid for the lead. They're paying for that phone number. And so because when they see the email, they're like, oh, new buyer. So they call them and they're like, I want this deal. Let's do this deal. And the buyer's like, hey, send me the information. I'm looking at 20 others. That puts both of the parties in an uncomfortable position because the broker's trying to close the deal because he put the listing up, and the buyer just wants the information and may not be ready to get started now. And so the solution to this is to create a platform where the buyers don't have to deal with all the individual brokers. Instead, they can deal with one entity that gets the information from all the brokers and directs it to the buyer. And so the way we do that is by having a social feed. It's right here. And so we could do the exact same thing that Biz Buy Sell is doing, but just create a social feed where buyers can comment saying, I want more information, like I want more info, or someone on their team can say, this is a perfect deal. You could tag somebody, and that way my team could go out to that broker and speak to them and say, hey, I've got 45 buyers that are interested in your listing, Vinny. Let me schedule a call so you can talk to them. And so what I'm doing is just offering free marketing to Vinny. Vinny just wants his listing out in front of buyers. And what I'm saying is buyers will rather experience my system because now they can just deal with one entity that says, hey, right, they can go scroll through their phone and they can just tag, hey, I'm interested in these, right? So they can tag, they can copy the link. We have a direct messaging system all in here, and then I can connect them directly to the broker and the buyer, and the broker and the seller. Now the buyer doesn't have to give their personal information out to multiple different entities. And so that innovation alone, there is not any business listing site that's doing that. And what I want to do is explain how I can help each one of the listings on this site. I could literally go take these listings, put them directly in my app, and help Vinny get free marketing as long as I get buyers on my listing. on my app. And so that's why I'm doing the marketing to explain to business buyers and brokers, hey, look, I've got an easier way that you can get this done. And so now Vinny, when I show him how, hey, we can get a buyer to pay a one-time fee of $100 to have access to the service. Now, Vinny, instead of him paying $5,000 for leads that are $45 a pop, where he's like not making profit, like he'll spend $5,000, get 100 leads, and then he's following up with people at 1.2 million. He could spend that same $5,000 and get buyers to pay $100, and then he can create profit with his ad spend. And now he's getting buyers to see his listings for free, essentially. And then he could just keep spending money on the front end and keep getting buyers to see his listings. And then the more buyers that we see the listings, the more interaction, engagement that we'll be able to create, and the more deals that'll get done. The current system isn't working. 80% of the businesses listed here are not selling. And the reason for that is because the information is monopolized by the brokers. And the buyers, there's no way to track engagement. So there's no reason for any of the buyers to act now. If there was on this site 700 people commenting, I'm interested, I'm interested, I'm interested, and we could go show the seller, hey, look, let's schedule a call. We could literally put it on the calendar and I can get you on the phone with 45 people that want to buy your deal. That's going to get more business completed. Okay, and the cool thing about this is we don't have to charge any of these listing sites anything to do this for them. We could literally copy it the same way that they have on here. They have a share feature. We could literally take all these listings, put it in our app, and just make a more effective way to get the deals done. And so the limitation right now is just obviously putting the buyers in the app and getting people to know about this system and software. And that's why I'm doing this analysis, breaking down 33 companies, showing this is why these companies make money, but this is, if we put that small little tweak, we just add technology to what they're doing, we can help people make more money. So we could help any of these brokers by putting their listings into our site. Imagine if there was 10,000 buyers on my feed, right? So now we have 15 buyers. We have not launched this to the public. I just filed my patent today, and now I'm ready to start doing the marketing. So imagine if there's 15,000 buyers commenting on this. And so in addition to commenting, the buyers also have the ability to create a task where they can say, hey, this listing is sick, I want this. And then they can add their partners to it and say, hey, Ryan, join me on this deal. And so, right, they can add people, right? And so by doing this, creating this interaction with the buyers, we're going to put the sellers and the brokers in a better position to get deals done. And we're just creating a more effective tool to do that. In addition to the task, we also can create group chats for each one of the buyers, right? So imagine if we had a group chat of like 600 gas station buyers and we were sending them listings. These are all ways that we can help Biz Buy Sell, a company that's doing $300 million annually, make more money. And so that's why I'm doing this video series. So I hope you got great value out of this market analysis, this breakdown, and I'll see you on the next one. As always, it's all done, and the future of doing business is now.